Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to dig into a blueprint for what it means to be a truly exceptional leader. But what is it that really separates the good from the great? Well, the journey starts in a place most people completely overlook, inside themselves. So let's just start with a really big question. I want you to think about the most effective, most impactful leaders you've ever known. What is it that makes them that way? Is it just their job title? Is it some magnetic personality? Or is there something deeper going on? The core idea we're exploring here is so powerful, and it's this. You simply cannot lead other people effectively until you can first lead yourself. All that external success you see, it's a direct result of inner mastery. True leadership isn't something you put on. It's something that radiates out from a solid inner core. All right, so let's break this down. Think of a great leader kind of like a well-built building. It absolutely requires two distinct but totally interconnected parts. First, a rock-solid foundation to stand on, and second, a functional structure that's built right on top of it. So these are the two pillars. On one side, you've got your foundation. That's your inner power, your personal mastery. And then the building itself. That represents your leadership excellence. All the skills you need for managing people and systems. And here's the thing you've got to remember. Without that strong foundation, the entire structure of your leadership, it's going to crumble under pressure. It's just a matter of time. So let's start where all great leadership really begins, with that foundation. This inner power we're talking about is built on 7 core components. So here they are, the 7 secrets to inner power. I want you to think of these as the actual building blocks for your foundation. They cover everything from your core energy, your vitality, all the way to your ability to see what's coming down the road, which is called right anticipation. Let's just touch on a few of these. This first one, vitality, it's the starting block for a reason. A leader's energy is absolutely contagious, right? Think about a great coach whose energy on the sidelines just seems to physically lift the whole team's performance. If you're drained, if you're unfocused, guess what? Your team will be too. Cultivating your own energy isn't some soft skill. It is the fundamental power source for everything else. All right, next up we have this idea of endless stratagems. Now, this isn't just about being clever. It's about mental flexibility. It's having the ability to look at a problem from 10 different angles and not get trapped in just one way of thinking. In the world we live in now, which is just constantly changing, this is basically a leadership survival skill. And then there's integrity. And this is so much more than just telling the truth. It's about your internal state. Are you a calm harbor in a storm? Is your character consistent day in and day out? This inner stability is what allows other people to actually trust you, making it the absolute bedrock of your leadership foundation. Okay, before we move on, just take a quick second here. Look at that list of 7. Which one of those feels like your natural superpower? The one you don't even have to think about? And which one might need a little more of your attention? Okay, so with our foundation in place, now we can actually start building the structure. Let's look at how all this inner power translates into the external, real-world practice of leadership, managing the world around you. So that brings us to these 9 keys to leadership excellence. These are the actions and the systems you actually put into place. And as we look at them, you'll start to see how much they depend on those inner strengths we just talked about. Things like being steady, seeking the full picture, and building a powerful reputation. I absolutely love this concept of brightness. It totally redefines what it means to be an enlightened leader. See, it's not about you having all the answers. Not at all. It's about designing an environment where your team feels safe enough to bring you the unvarnished truth, making sure you are never, ever making decisions in the dark. And that leads right into this next idea, seeking understanding. This is the active, conscious discipline of fighting against your own assumptions. It means you're asking more questions, you're listening deeply, and you're piecing together the entire context before you make a move. A leader who masters this avoids countless mistakes. And finally, we get to reputation of uprightness. And this is where it all comes together. See, your reputation isn't something you create with a fancy PR campaign. It's the shadow that's cast by your actions over time. It is the external proof of your internal integrity. So now, let's connect the dots, because these 2 pillars, they aren't just separate lists of things to do. No, they are a cause and effect system. Your inner power is what directly enables your external excellence. And you can see the link so perfectly here. Your internal integrity, that's the cause, produces the effect of a strong reputation. Your vitality is what allows you to maintain that steady and calm position when things get crazy. And your skill of right anticipation is what empowers you to be watchful and spot problems before they blow up. The inside directly fuels the outside. Ultimately, it comes down to this. You can try to fake the techniques of leadership, you can read all the books, but without that foundation of personal power, it's all going to be hollow. It's just not sustainable. Authentic, real leadership excellence is simply the natural outward expression of a well-developed inner self. And that really leaves us with one final thought to take away. As you continue on your own leadership journey, where is your focus needed most right now? Is it time to go back and strengthen that foundation, your inner power? Or are you ready to work on the structure, your leadership excellence? The answer to that question will tell you exactly what your next step should be.